Dude, sure. Wait. So, I go to Costco. Well, I'll start from the beginning. Justin came over and was talking about all the ammo and stuff that was, like, people were buying everything out for ammo and all that. Because the virus and all that. And, it was like, with the whole time, I don't know if you've been feeling this, but every time the coronavirus comes up and just like all the crap, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. Like, it literally just seems like a cloud of fear just is descending everywhere. Like, irrational fear. Mm-hmm. And I've been feeling it ever since it started, just this like fear of the unknown. And it's like, what is that, right? But it's been pissing me off because I know it's the enemy. And I get being prepared, but this is like another level of just fear from the whole freaking world. And so I get in the car today, and I'm just thinking about it and praying to the Lord, like, Lord, like, I know you're bigger than this. I know you are. So where's, like, what's going on? Because it feels like the world's ending, almost, of this fear of just overwhelming terror of what could happen. Not what has happened, just what could. So I get to Costco, and, you know, there's tons of people buying 10 times the crap that they need. And I got stuck on carts all day. So I go out to carts, and there was a storm that was coming in. And everybody's, oh, the storm's coming in, you know, whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. So, like, in the midst of this insanity, like, parking lot's completely full, people everywhere, this storm rolls in. And it was the most insane storm. Like, out of the blue, rain, freaking, like, total flash flood, thunder as loud as you've ever heard, and all these people that are freaking out trying to buy the world before the coronavirus gets here. We all had to stop. Everybody in the store stopped and just looked at the storm. Nobody with all their groceries could go out into the storm. Like, all of Costco stopped and was admiring this incredible storm. And it was like, dude, it took God 1 second to stop all of us from being able to do whatever it is we were doing. Because the whole time I'm like, Lord, where are you? And he's like, dude, I'm right here. And he sends the storm, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. Nobody goes to their car. It's that bad. Like, nobody would even, with an umbrella, would go out because it was raining so hard. And then, and it was like a 5-minute storm. After 5 minutes, the rain went away, the sun came out, and it was the most gorgeous sunset ever. Like, the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. And the grit, like, because of spring, the trees and the grass were so green, and it was all so beautiful. Like, just breathtaking. The sunlight and everything. And then a rainbow appears, and everybody doing all their craziness and their shopping and their fear and all of this stuff stops and looks at the rainbow and takes pictures of this beautiful rainbow. And everybody in the store, nobody was talking about coronavirus or whatever else is going on. In a second, literally 1 second, God captivated everybody's attention with just like how incredibly powerful He is. And nobody was worried, believing, or if they didn't, it doesn't matter. Nobody was worried about the coronavirus. Everybody was just like, look at that rainbow. Look at the sunset, taking pictures. And it was like, God was like, dude, I'm right here. All He had to do was show off, I mean, literally in a second. And we couldn't do anything. We were completely at the will of the storm. And then after the storm passed, it was like everybody was just so encapsulated by this beauty. And I'm just like, Lord, you're right here. Like, and He's like, dude, I'm right here. I'm way bigger. And like, it was just crazy because it's taken 2 months for the coronavirus to be as bad as it is, which it isn't even that bad. And the whole world's shutting down. And in 1 second, God stopped an entire city just to look at His beauty for a second. And He was like, guys, I'm right here. I'm so much bigger than you give me credit for. And it's so easy for me to do whatever I want to do. It was the greatest thing ever. It was so awesome. And I was like, Lord, why are people so terrified? Like, why aren't we standing out? Why aren't more Christians helping people? Like, and I felt him say, why do you protect your sanity? Or why do you forsake your faith to protect your sanity? And by sanity, he meant obviously the way other people see you. But like, we'll discount our faith to protect the way people see us or the way we're viewed in society.
Yeah.
And it was like, he was just like, why do you do that? And Jesus walked the earth and talked to lepers. The most contagious, horrible disease ever, right? And Jesus touched them. He didn't care because he was following the Lord. And it was like, we're all so terrified of this disease, which is not as bad as leprosy was, comparatively. Not even close. But it's like, why aren't we doing that? What's stopping us from acting like Jesus or doing it? Oh, dude. It was so incredible.
It's awesome.
It was like,
so good.
That's cool.
God, you were so, oh, dude, it was awesome.
Did you take any pictures of this guy?
Yeah,
Sick.
it was amazing.
Wow. Dang God.
Dude. Like, literally.
You did start it?
And it was a double rainbow all the way across the sky.
I saw the double rainbow. Pretty awesome.